Welcome everybody to today's session, the 26th of September 2021. Welcome to this session. We just made a check where everybody's dialing in from, where once again we're all over the globe. I'll be your tech host for today. If there are any difficulties, send me a private message, and every now and then I'll pop one eye open to see if something came in, and I'll support you to get back in. And for now, I'd like to hand it over for the kickoff to our lovely host, Inken.
Thank you very much, Wouter. Welcome, beautiful people. I'm really excited for today. My name is Inken, and I'm one of your hosts of the Lightwork Collective. It's always amazing to see so many familiar faces, and it's really like it feels like you are walking this journey together with us, guys. Thank you so much for that, and yeah, I'm sending you all my love. And each time we are very happy to welcome new faces into our safe space of empowerment. And today, guys, we go back to the beginning, because I will hand it over to Master Trent, who started everything. Our first session were always guided by Master Trent, and he set the foundation for our Lightwork Collective, basically, and we are very grateful for that. He prepared something epic for you today, and I can't wait to start with you, Trent. So we are all yours, and I hand it over to you.
Okay, thank you for that kind introduction, and thanks everybody for coming today. I think you probably got word that today may be intense, might be the best word, or, a little challenging, more challenging than usual, but that's also where growth happens. So I thought it made sense to keep sharing with you guys the growth that I'm experiencing. And, when I find something that works for me, to, tack that on to the practice for everybody else to benefit as well. So I'm going to share my screen. We're going to do some instruction first, because once this gets started, it's going to be hard for you to hear me anyway. So let's get all this out at the beginning, and then, we'll go from there. Okay. Okay, so precautions. If you have known psychiatric issues, if intensity is something that scares you, or you don't feel is the right fit for you, don't participate. Do deep diaphragmatic breathing instead while we do the purging section. So it's up to you. If you participate, you are taking this upon yourself to handle anything that comes up. Number two, be sure to pay attention to your breathing and your jaw. So a lot of times when you are expressing or purging, it's real easy to clench your jaw or to get into shallow breathing. So you need to check with yourself to make sure that those two things, make sure that you are breathing, and maybe stop for a few seconds or however long you need, and check in, and then make sure you're breathing deep. Okay, that's going to help. If you start to get overwhelmed, the answer is deep breathing. Relax, deep breathing. Again, that's with your belly, right? Belly breathing. And then obviously don't exert yourself beyond healthy limits. Don't push yourself to do more than you are ready to do. Okay. So set up, making sure that your space is ready. If you need to tell your spouse, your kids, whoever, let them know. I'm going to show you how to mute the sound, but if you do need to notify anybody, please do that now. Be aware of where your computer and phone is. I don't want anybody accidentally smashing their phone or their computer. And actually, I would recommend, if you can use speakers, that would probably be even better once we start, because that way, if you move too much, then you won't pull that out or pull your computer on the ground, something like that. Highly recommend everybody has a pillow handy. And if you're a crier, you may want tissues, but again, the experience can be different for everybody. The basic program today, I'll do an intro meditation to get us into state, to get us, have a safe space and get us into a meditative space. Then we'll have 12 minutes of primal purging. I'm about to show you how I'd suggest to do that, followed by some silence and integration. So after we finish, we'll start off kind of soft. We'll raise the intensity, And then we're going to bring it back down so you have some time to digest and integrate what comes up. So some tips, make sure that the sound comes from the body and you're not forcing it through your throat and vocal cords. So in other words, if you are like, ah, and it's all like in your throat, you're doing it wrong, okay? You want it to be coming from your body as much as possible. And I'll give you some more instruction on how exactly to do that in just a minute. It's helpful to think of energy as pressure. So in other words, like, you're giving a sound, you're going to be giving a sound to your pain, you'll be giving a sound to the pressure within you, okay? But it helps me to think of it as pressure, that I'm kind of pushing this pressure out. I'm expressing rather than suppressing or depressing, right? So it helps to think of it as pressure, at least it does me. This isn't a mental exercise so much as it is an emotional and a primal one. So you're actually trying to get more infantile, right? You're trying to you're not thinking or trying to figure things out. You're getting into core feelings, right? Core suppressed feelings that are there for the sake of time and for the sake of brevity. Today I would suggest to be more general. So, we're not going back to like, a certain memory for every single person. Now, if that comes up, that's great. But what I would suggest is to try to be more general and think of it like, relieving some pressure that's been underground, right? That you've suppressed. The rage when you're driving your car, the road rage that's like right there, like simmering under the surface. Or when another really great example is like if you want to tell off your spouse or like your parents or something like that, and you're just really like, you feel terrible after you do it, right? You're like, no, that's something nobody wants to do. But now, like, this is a great time to do that, right? Like, if you've been feeling that, like, I've told my dad off doing this exercise like many times, like, telling him, yelling at him to get out of my room and stuff, but it feels so good. Like, getting that teenager emotion out or wherever that is, that's stuck in your body. So you have permission to throw a tantrum like a baby, right? Go back to the basics. We're going to get in touch with the suppressed part of yourself. And, again, you've been an adult, you've been, putting on a face to face the world, and, those emotions are still within you. And today you're going to have a chance to release them. So what I'll do is, once we start, I'll put the program back on the screen, and I'll speak over that once the music starts. Okay. But for the first part, we're going to do a meditation. But before we get to that, let me just show you guys how I'd suggest doing the primal part. I usually stay on my bed, and I hope you guys can see me okay. I've got a pillow right here, and I'll use two hands. So usually I'll put a hand over my mouth like this, and I sometimes even two. So I like one or two hands, depending on how much I feel the intensity. Now, what happens a lot of times is when you begin, you may not be much into your feeling self, right? You'll be like in your mind of logic and reason and things like that. But I found, like, even after like 1 or 2 minutes of kind of more like generalized screaming where I'm expressing, then it starts to flow up, and it's going to really, it'll happen naturally once you kind of prime the pump. So if you're kind of starting off, you're like, oh, I don't feel anything, life's good, whatever. If you kind of go through the motions and get started, your body will show you what you need to release. So like I said, I use a hand like this. And then what I normally do is I'll have a pillow here, and I'll lean into the pillow. I bend over. I don't know if you guys can see me, but basically I do hand and pillow. And then I'll demonstrate, but again, this is not necessarily natural. I'm just kind of, acting here to my best of my ability not to hurt your ears either. But and try to make it come from your belly. Again, it's not coming from your throat. And that's going to make all the difference in the world. Okay, any questions before we begin? Barbara says we're flowing our repressed feelings. Yeah, exactly. It's like turning on the faucet, and instead of having it on just, barely turned on, now you're turning it on more to wash out the gunk that's ready to move. Okay, I don't see anything else in the chat, so I'm going to share my sound now. Okay, give me a thumbs up if you can hear that. Okay, good. So now you want to relax. You want to start going inside. Close your eyes, take a deep breath. Let anything go that you need to let go of right now. Notice your breathing and allow it to go deeper, slower, calming down. And allowing yourself to be more present. And you want to imagine that we are like a tribe that is at a campfire, gathered around the campfire, making a circle. And you feel the love and support of your brothers and sisters here on the call. You acknowledge one another. And you feel safe, you feel belonging. So allow yourself to get a sense of this safe space, of this sacred space. That this is a time, a place where you can be authentic, where you can find healing, where you can be inspired, and where powerful change, transformation can happen. So join together as we invite in our ancestors, our guides, anyone else that you'd like to call in to support you in this process. And allow yourself to feel that comfort, allow yourself to feel that support, and let it strengthen you. As you go deeper within yourself, letting your mind slow down as you move into greater harmony between your mind and body connection, merging into a greater sense of oneness, going deeper within yourself, and allowing what it is that you need to express, what it is that you need to release or face, allowing yourself to begin to get a sense of that. Connecting to your pain body. And if you can't sense it right now, allow yourself to relax even more and go deeper below the surface, more real with yourself. Nothing to figure out, nothing to do, nothing to try, but rather relax into it. If you're beginning to feel some pain, that's okay. You can scan your body, starting at your head, getting a sense of if there's pain in your body, if there's sensations that you need to be aware of. Scan down your head, down your neck, into your torso, and especially pay attention around the solar plexus area and root. What is it that I need to let go of today? And maybe your ancestors and guides can give you this advice and wisdom as well. Allow yourself to know. And allow yourself to move your mind out of the way. And get in touch with your inner child, the hurt child, the wounded child. Say it's safe to come out and play now. It's safe to give this up now. So allowing yourself to feel, allowing yourself to know that you're supported in expression. As we begin to move into our next phase. So for the next 12 minutes, you will have the opportunity to express. When the 12 minutes are over, I will change the music, and that will mean that our phase is over. Express the repressed coming from your body. Let the sound come from your body. What are your unmet needs? Where do you feel the pressure? Allow yourself to express that now without limitation. Turn on the faucet. Let the emotions flow through you. Pushed out. Let's go. So allowing yourself to surrender to the silence, to the quiet, with the intention of integrating, digesting, finding a new, higher state of balance and health. And this is a great time to be deep breathing all the way to your belly. Breathing, relaxing. Now you want to begin to come back into your normal consciousness, but still very much connected and still very much in touch with the space that you created. And what I like to do to integrate is to do a round or two of tapping to get the last energy out of the body and to help feel even better, to plant new seeds. Give you a moment there to come back to transition. You guys may notice you may have morning voice like me now. Would someone like to volunteer to be an echo for me? We'll do a tapping round.
I'll do it.
Stacy? Okay, cool. All right. So you got all that energy stirred up. You've been moving things around. This is a really good way to put in some positive affirmations. So it's like you tilled the soil, and then now you can put in some new seeds to fill in that space that you created, that vacuum. So tapping karate chop point. Even though I have these feelings,
Even though I have these feelings,
I love and accept myself.
I love and accept myself.
Even though I have this pain,
Even though I have this pain,
I love and accept myself.
I love and accept myself.
Even though it may be difficult,
Even though it may be difficult,
I pray for forgiveness,
I pray for forgiveness,
for the strength to forgive those who may have hurt me,
for the strength to forgive those who have hurt me,
and the strength to forgive myself.
and the strength to forgive myself.
I'm allowing myself grace,
I'm allowing myself grace
and the wisdom to allow grace to others as well.
and the wisdom to allow grace to others as well.
I'm growing.
I'm growing.
I'm moving forward.
I'm moving forward.
And I choose to be gentle with myself as I do.
I choose to be gentle with myself as I do.
I'm choosing well-being.
I'm choosing well-being.
I am choosing to feel good.
I'm choosing to feel good.
I am choosing to change for the better.
I'm choosing to change for the better.
I am a clear, bright, open channel for good.
I am a clear, bright, open channel for good.
I believe in myself.
I believe in myself.
I believe in love.
I believe in love.
I am love.
I am love.
Thank you for clarity.
Thank you for clarity.
Thank you for peace.
Thank you for peace.
Thank you for my well-being.
Thank you for my well-being.
In this moment, all is well.
In this moment, all is well.
And so it is.
And so it is.
Okay, take a deep breath. And if you need to shake anything off, like Inken showed us before, anything remaining, anything heavy, shake it off, breathe it out. And when you feel ready, you can share in this form.